middle, head to the other expansion, right?
Right.
We're gonna cut him off at the balls, basically. It's like a castration. He can have all the army he wants in the middle of the map, as long as he's not bringing in additional money. Who cares? Now watch your Colossus, because they're by themselves. The Zealots need to help them. Yeah, there we go. EG.WP. And this guy, he's pretty good. He's one of the guys I use for my students, and I'll tell you what, we take out that middle engagement where we lost the army, I feel like you play almost flawlessly and you crush this guy. I mean, and that's a good lesson, though, in the future. Like, Terran is very angle-based against Protoss, and moving out into the middle kind of spread you out so those Marauders are able to stay alive just a little bit longer and reduce the efficiency of your Colossus. So if in the future we do the attacks like you did at the end of that game, where you're above the ramp, you're harassing an expansion that's relatively undefended, then you're able to capitalize with those Colossus damage. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just turned on the webcam because I wanted to see how hot it is. You can see my bright red face in jubilation after winning that game. So I know you have a very tight schedule right now. Do you have time for one more, or is that about it? I'll leave it up to you.
Do one more, sure. No, let's do one more.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Let's give him a rematch. Actually, let me see if I can. Let's spread the love a little bit. He's a great guy, but let me see if I can find somebody else. That would be.
All right.
These are all students that I'm bringing in here.
Yeah. Yes, Major. I am actually thinking of getting a spot in that GSL 4 in their house. So.
Very nice. All right, I've got somebody.
Okay. I need to open the doors. I'm going to die of heat exhaustion. I'm already coughing up blood, so this probably isn't helping.
Yeah. Very rarely do they say that you need to overheat yourself.
Yeah. Oh god. The thunderous types of one Geoff and Control Robinson.
This is my 6G V2 SteelSeries keyboard, which is amazing.
I have a 7G, so I'm right there with you.
And this is another student who's listening, so very cool. Not only are we bringing in students that have worked with me, but also people that were listening to your stream, so awesome.
Okay. All right.
Ready to go.
Hey, don't cheat. Turn off the stream. I need all the help I can get. Thank you.
You did great, man. To be honest, like, I can just tell you don't ladder very much because your rating is not indicative of how. I mean,
well, this is. I've told you before. I think you thought I was just lying, but I play on another account, so.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't played in like about a month, to be honest. So.
I know you've been playing Cataclysm.
Indeed. Let's just forget that, Geoff. I think I'm still on the webcam. Oh no, I'm not on the webcam. We need to go in game. Sorry about that. I'm just picking Xel'Naga Caverns, by the way, for every single one of these because it seems like the most balanced map.
It's a very good map. There's very few people who will complain to the high heavens about Xel'Naga Caverns.
Okay. I hope it's not a PvP. Like the one matchup that I hate. Okay.
CVP.
Alright.
So I like to coach and advise on 15 gas, 15 pool, 15 overlord, but if you have something else you'd like to open with, then absolutely do that, because it's not like that's all I know.
You said 15 gas, 15 overlord?
15 gas, 15 pool, 15 overlord.
Alright. Yeah, that's fine with me. We'll just do that.
Then you pull your drones at 100, make the metabolic boost upgrade, expand after you also make your queen.
Yeah.
And the important thing about this is that at 15 supply with the overlord, you don't make anything after that, because you're going to use 3 larvae for zerglings,
right?
And then reservoir money for metabolic boost upgrade, and also the queen, and then the expansion shortly thereafter. So it will feel weird economically for a little bit, but it makes sense when you get all those things out that fast.
Okay. Now, overlord placement to begin with, playing against a Protoss. Should this one go to his natural, or
go to the ramp?
Okay.
You want to check the ramp because that's kind of the hot spot for action. And then you're going to get there about when the Cybernetics Core has been finished for a little while, so you almost very quickly have to then get to the cavernous space to the north of that, where you'll be safe. But from that location, you can check minerals for expansions and also second gas.
Okay, so there's 15 gas. I need to make another one, obviously, you have to 15, right?
Yep, make another drone, now make the spawning pool.
Okay.
You still need to make that drone. Oh, you did, okay. Now make a drone, and then make an overlord, and that's it.
Okay.
And then, like I said, you pull the drones off the gas at 100, make metabolic, start the queen, 6 lings, and only 6 lings, because after that you're going to drone.
Right.
And the only reason you'd make more is if there was some kind of proxy afoot or cannons. I guess I could just say proxy.
And in terms of scouting, should I be sending out a drone right now?
I don't drone scout. I'm not against it, but I just don't drone scout. Because these lings are going to get out pretty quick. We're doing a pool first.
Right, right.
If you're hatch firsting, I would strongly recommend drone scouting.
Okay.
But these 6 lings need to hunt down that probe. The probe never goes home. It never is like, oh, it's a Zerg in the one spot that it could be. I'll just head home now. It's always going to block your expansion spot, or it's going to go hide in some corner of the map for a mid-game scout, or even worse, a proxy pylon.
Right.
You need to find that probe, and then once you kill that probe, you need to head... okay, there. Yep, good. Metabolic. You built 2 queens. That's what messed up your economy a little bit.
Oh, I was like, I just had 300.
Yeah.
Minerals.
Now you want to expand.
Okay.
So you can see your money is telling you should have done that a little bit earlier, so you should have the drone over there.
Right.
But there's that probe. Chase it down. Nope, you're walking away.
I was worried about my Overlord because it was chrono boosting. I mean, it wasn't chrono boosting.
Anyways, move that probe up to the north where it's safe. You're actually just moving into the land a little bit more. Nope, that hole's not big enough, buddy. That's, everything has more than range 2 in this game. So yeah, gotta head up to the top.
Okay, and
now you've killed the probe, check the towers, or check this tower because you're next to it, and now you need to go to his ramp. So you're going to poke up and down that ramp, and if you see a stalker or an additional zealot, meaning a second zealot, you're thinking it's a 4-gate. But if you see a sentry, like you do, you're thinking fast expand.
Okay.
Now, of course, those aren't hard truths. He absolutely could still be 4-gating just with the sentry.
Right.
So that's why you need to keep those lings relevant and keep poking up and down that ramp, because you'll find out. If he's chrono boosting the shit out of that cybernetics core, or a stalker then comes out, that's where we start to create the narrative. You took your second gas. You probably don't want to do that. You just want to start mining from the first one. Second gas start when you start your lair. So start your second queen, Overlord.
Okay.
This is like that peanut butter and jelly test that people do in school. I got to tell you everything you do, you little boob.
True.
So probably lay down a creep tumor. You don't need another larva.
Okay.
But all these larvas that pop out have to be drones ASAP. They have to be drones yesterday.
Okay.
And then you've got drones you can transfer over to this natural now. And you want to send a queen over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Spread these overlords just like you are, which is great. These lings are unnecessary, but you did make them, so get them up with those other lings you have at the top. Keep poking, and now it's a second sentry, so now you know it's a 3-gate expand.
Right. Start lair.
Yep, start lair, second gas, and then you want to make your Roach Warren at about 25% through the start of this lair.
Okay.
Now, up until now, it's again, you're being super greedy. Actually, you're being less greedy than I would be. You shouldn't have made these additional lings. It should just be pure drones, just tons of drones.
Right, right.
And now your lings are actually running so far and so fast, it's stunning. But
he was pulling out. He was pulling out with armies, so
to attack or expand, and you don't know until you scout it. There it is, expand.
Yeah,
so now you know. Now you can run fast and far, young JP. If the winds take you just right, you might find yourself in relevant places. So you're going to check both the towers, make sure he doesn't have...
Oh god, I forgot the roach den.
I'd post a Zergling at each one. Start the roach den. Layer finishes, you need to make your burrow. You need to take that second gas, and your money's running high because you're actually doing weird stuff just right and left, so maybe go take a fast third.
Okay.
Use these lings to destroy some destructible rocks. They never should just be sitting there. There's actually always work to be done. It's like a recreation of the Seven Dwarves of some sort.
Recreation.
Yep. You're still not mining from that second gas. It's actually getting again to the point where we're going to be killing rhinoceros.
God damn it. I'm sorry, rhinoceros.
I know. It's lions and tigers, now it's going to be rhinoceros. And your money's getting higher and higher.
Yeah, and I'm supply blocked.
Low gas. So if you ever get supply like this, build 5 overlords.
Should I make
roach speed?
Okay, roach speed. That's what I was going to ask.
You've got 1 drone on the right gas at your natural, which is cute, but ineffective and inefficient and wrong, so put 3 on there. Still haven't taken that third, which is
it's happening.
It just hurts my feelings. It's not actually killing anything.
It's happening.
Yep. And now you got to start making roaches. So we've messed up a whole bunch. So your economy looks pretty ugly, and that's because it is. But we've actually pushed it. It's on a time scale. It's not on a like situational scale. You need to have about 20 roaches now.
Right.
The reason for that is that you've got burrow, you got speed coming, and if he decides to attack or push out, you need to have the ability to repel that.
Okay. Overlord. He's coming. I'm gonna get raped here. Destroyed, not raped.
No, he's just doing what I call shark mode, which is creating the perception of aggression. And every time you lose a Zergling on the tower, you need to put a Zergling back on it.
Right. Doing it.
And you got to produce those roaches, keep those injections coming. So now you've got that kind of base of roaches. If you were to attack, you have enough to build off of. People are telling me on the stream that your hatchery is off, but it's fine. We're not going to have you cancel it. Now you need to resupply drones. Okay, so your natural looks very ugly. One thing I want you to take notice, you took that 4th gas but never supplied it.
Yeah, it's probably not even worth it, right?
Right, so in the future, just don't take that 4th gas. And here he comes. He sees you at the 3rd, so you need to move into position to absorb him. And it's going to come down to burrows, okay? You're not going to win a stand-up fight, most likely. But if you burrow the wounded roaches or the roaches on a hole and then come up and re-engage, you should be okay. But all this is null and void if you don't make a ton of drones right now, because the time for which you can make drones is going to leave you. So here he is, and there's the burrow. Good. And now, because he doesn't have an observer, he actually has to back off. But again, we're coming up on that time where that opportunity is going to be gone.
Right.
So you need to have been droned up by then, and then once you are droned up, you can afford to start making army units. Now, because you've mismanaged your economy, there's a couple things that are falling by the wayside, like we were supposed to have the Hydra Den started by now.
Okay.
It would be nice to have an evolution chamber upgrading carapace or even ranged attack. And these overlords need to be spread. You don't know if he's taking bases, so you need to be dropping creep at every single expansion with an overlord. And if he re-engages, you need to be able to kill him. So here he is. There's those force fields. You burrow. And then look at that, he's hitting you anyways. You got to pick up these units now. Burrow's not going to save you. And you got to be adding units. Because the fight's now here. And he's running away, so hit him. Yep, good. Nope, okay. You're a very forgiving Zerg, and that's so kind of you. Now, as the battle's gone, you need to burrow the wounded roaches or all of them all together so that they can heal faster. And now you've got to be adding units. So you've done a good job, for the most part, saturating, kinda. You need to start your roach or Hydra range, excuse me. And now you need to start getting Hydras out because they're good against gateway units, right?
Right.
And here he is. You're out of position again. You've got burrowed roaches and lings. You've got half your army in the back, so you keep getting severed here. And at least for the purpose of this game, do me the favor of noting that so that in the future you don't keep falling for the same trick. And there's nothing you can do out of hand to stop severing in general, but you can have your whole army in position to either be severed together or severed less so severely. Like, you keep having your army in a line, like, towards him, so it's like he's walking down on a subway and just eating from one end to the other, and you want to stop him from doing that. So you've got an evolution chamber, and then actually now you can't afford gas, and now, yes, okay, good. You put drones on that 4th gas, and you're taking the 5th and 6th, good. Doing a good job of adding units. We still don't have overlords heading to those expansions, so you're at the mercy of the cosmic Protoss, meaning he could be on 5 bases right now, 6 bases, or he could be on 2. You have no idea. And that's not a good way to play. So your money's running really high. I'd use it all up on Hydras, inject, and then the remaining larvae should be drones because you are actually undersaturated at every base. And here he comes, and you're just kind of watching. That's okay.
I wasn't paying attention to that at all.
Pretty good job of creep spread, though. That is the promising point of your gameplay.
That's what EG.IdrA said, too.
You're interconnected between your 3 bases, and that's really important for resupplying, but also responding to aggression. So you're doing a good job of that. You have lost both towers and not restocked them, so you do need to get in the habit of doing that. I believe you still have Zerglings. Yes, in fact, you have 5. So every time you lose the tower, be just a stubborn robot caveman about it. Just put it right back on there as if you didn't even notice that you're standing on the ashes of a dead Zergling.